Today, we recap the history of the soul's journey on planet Earth. Good day to you, dear bright souls, dear Lightworkers. And so, in this June of 2021, we are in a grand pause. We are waiting for our brethren to awaken from their dream spell. Day by day, more of the perfidy, more of the nefarious schemes and plans of the controllers is being revealed, and more of our fellow human beings are awakening to their divinity and the nature of the planet Earth experience. Let us take this time to recap the history of the soul's journey through the planet Earth experience. You, dear ones, have entered a whole new dimension, and gratitude fills your heart and your very being. You are in the upper room. You have worked through much of your programming. You have understood the deception perception that you came to this planet Earth schoolroom to experience. It is amazing, is it not, how clearly you can see things now? You are reborn. You see the human world, the human condition, as it is programmed, as it truly is. It is a hologram, a matrix. It is a projection of your perception. And where does that perception that creates the apparent reality of your life come from? It comes from your conditioning, your programming. Your perception acts as a filter of the beliefs you hold through which you create the world you perceive. Beliefs are thoughts, often repeated. Thoughts consist of words heard from those around you. These are the mechanics of the human condition. That is how you are programmed, by words. When God created the world, he first spoke the word. You are a creator, as God is a creator. A part of God is what you really are. God is the ocean of consciousness. You are a drop of water, a drop of consciousness in the ocean of God. You and all your brethren humans are great and magnificent spirits. Only one part of your great multidimensional self came here to Earth with no idea of what was right or wrong. You came here to sort out your talents, your preferences and abilities. You are a divine soul, a part of source energy, a part of God. You live mostly as a great spirit, as great as the angels and archangels and ascended masters in the spirit realm. The spirit realm is consciousness itself. The spirit realm is love, joy, peace, wisdom, gratitude, and deep connection with all of consciousness, all that is, and with your particular soul family. Everything consists of frequency and vibration. The higher the frequency, the more evolved the spirit, the more like gods we all become. How do we spirits evolve? We evolve by learning and experience. God, with us, is creating gods like unto himself. We do evolve in the spirit world where there is no material thing, no material form, where we are like wisps of clouds, reveling in our loving togetherness and ecstasy. Since we are in joy, though, our evolution in the spirit world is slow. And so was created the material realm. The material realm consists of all the multitude of universes, galaxies, suns, planets, and beings that source energy, God, created, so that our spirits, our souls, could experience contrast. There is only love. God, source energy which is all loving. There is nothing but that love. But to grow and evolve in our depth of knowledge and understanding of love and its wisdom teachings, we needed to experience the opposite of love. And so the illusion of fear was created. There is nothing outside of God. Nothing. Every flower, tree, animal, rock, table, piece of clothing, water, and all is part of God. And in truth, these things in the material realm are not real. These are all outpicturings of what is in our mind. The material realm, and for us, Mother Earth, were created so that we could experience fear, decide we do not prefer fear, sort out what our preferences are, and return to the true love that is our very beingness. We, with our soul families and angelic guides, planned our lives before we materialized as humans on this earthly plane. Depending on our level of evolution or frequency and the lessons we set ourselves to learn, some agreed to play the dark, and others agreed to play the light. It has all been set up as if it were a great Shakespearean tragedy-comedy play. And as Shakespeare said, all the world's a stage and all the men and women players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man, in his time, plays many parts. In all of the material realm, the human condition on earth is the most difficult, the most challenging. Only here on planet Earth do we bright ones, we great souls, have no memory of the great and loving spirits, the great part of the loving divinity that we truly are. Our earthly stage, where we act out our planned life stories or scenarios, is so set up that we are conditioned into fear. Fear is present only in the material realm, not in our true spirit reality. Fear was created by source energy, by consciousness, that we might, by experiencing the contrast of dark and painful emotions, all the more appreciate the glorious divine knowing of a deeper love. How are we inculcated into fear? By the words and thoughts of our parents, our caretakers, society, government, religious and economic systems. All of these have been controlled by those who chose to play the dark actors, the deep state, or the dark cabal as they have been called. They, by the very nature of their ability to control, can see how easily mankind can be manipulated. They have chosen to have no heart in this lifetime. They have chosen to push love aside in this experience and control those around them by any means possible. They have invented systems that rule our earthly existence in ways that denigrate us and make us malleable and cooperative slaves, while they enrich themselves with money, material goods, abusive sex, magic rituals, human trafficking, and drug sales. They, in their perception, are in charge, and we humans, who have come to earth with loving intent, are their apparent victims. So through the invention of money, we were taught lack. Here on earth as humans, our words and thoughts create our reality, and with every one of our programmed sentences, we proclaim our financial poverty. I can't afford that. That costs too much. I don't earn enough. I can't pay my bills. I can't find a good job. That's too expensive. And on goes the negative litany of words that we unconsciously speak to the universe. And the universe, God, hears our words and takes them as a prayer for what we desire. And so we experience the lack of money we espouse, while the dark ones, the controllers, are financially rich beyond measure. Sex, many of us are taught, is sinful, except in special circumstances and ways approved of by our society. Such is the marriage contract, an excuse for legalized sex. Yet the controllers have sex with children, and abuse both children and adults, and even traffic mankind as sex slaves. Drugs have been introduced and are also being trafficked by the controllers for their enrichment and to dumb down the cattle, the sheeple that they perceive humans to be. To control humans, drugs, both legal and illegal, are being sold everywhere and are easy to come by. Education has been dumbed down with multiple choice questions and with only teaching writing in capital letters, so that thoughts cannot flow naturally onto paper. That is to name just two of the nefarious techniques used by our controllers. Critical thinking has been discouraged by the necessity of using politically correct words. Wars were created to reduce the human population and to induce extreme suffering. The controllers get their energy from the negative fear, the louche, that war and suffering create in mankind. And they are enriched by selling arms to both sides and by taking the money for weapons from the citizenry of the disrupted countries. Separation and duality is what the controllers want. Teach mankind to hate each other. Pit the Muslim against the Jew, the black against the white, the Catholic against the Protestant, the heterosexual against the gay. Create as much dissension and division as possible. Have father hate son, mother hate daughter, brothers fight each other. And it is into this convoluted world that we, brave, loving souls, come. Fear, fear, fear has been the order of the day. Fear has under its heading anger, hatred, jealousy, depression, apathy, shame, blame and guilt, and more and more. How do we work our way through this morass of devious deception? These difficult experiences and negative emotions are devised for us that we might learn we do not prefer them. We do not like them. We prefer love. And here on earth, through many lifetimes, we come to know that we create our reality with our thoughts and words. So our thoughts and consequent words are all important. In the early years of our lives, the thoughts and words of our caretakers are programmed into us, so we think and speak as our parents and the society around us does. These thoughts and words become our beliefs, and we live and make our decisions through the filter of understanding that these beliefs give us. And so it is not reality, but our individual, unique perception of reality that rules our lives. With time and much experience and many lifetimes, we find that this way of thinking and seeing as we are taught does not work for us. It is then that as we awaken to the truth of the earthly entrainment into negativity, that we learn to change our thinking. We rewrite our programming. We dismiss all that we have ever been taught, create a new moral compass for ourselves, and we are born anew into a whole new and beautiful world that we create ourselves with our very thoughts and words. We come to realize, to know we are divine souls in human meat and flesh vehicles. We come to thinking loving thoughts of all humans, for all are on the earthly hero's journey. All are a drop of water in the ocean of God consciousness, in various stages of evolvement of their divine souls. And so we are born anew. We come to realize who we are, the divine in manifestation, in a vehicle, a vessel, a body on Mother Earth. We know what we are. We are creators. We create as the great Creator creates, through thoughts, words, and manifestation. We know how we serve by the amount of light and love we emanate into the world. We know we are on this earthly journey to temper, to pummel ourselves into knowing greater love by experiencing the fear, the deep and dark, illogical turbulence of the planet Earth hero's journey. And we are heroes indeed. We humans who undertake this challenging, demanding earthly life are heroes indeed. And now we know we can never get it wrong and never get it done. There are no accidents. Nothing wrong ever happened. We planned this earthly life for ourselves. And so the wonder of it is that we are immortal, everlasting souls. We go on sorting and sifting our preferences, individuating our personalities, refining our talents and abilities forever and ever. And so, dear brethren, the best is yet to come, for we are divine beings, evolving to ever higher frequencies of love and light. Yes, indeed, as we enter the new golden age of enlightenment from our earthly entrainment, the best is yet to come. That was Aita, channeling her higher self. We are blessed beings indeed.